Number 9, the movement of the pelvis. Every time the leg adducts and abducts, the pelvis moves. Remember, I usually don't bring up muscles specifically, and the reason for that is in one joint position they can adduct, abduct. They can do totally something different in another joint position. Okay? So here we have the pelvis. As we abduct, you can have the rising of the pelvis. Okay? So now I have a shorter distance from my lower ribs to my pelvis. Leg comes back, I have a longer distance. Okay? Shorter distance, longer distance. Shorter distance, longer distance. Do I want that to happen? No. I want the core not to move. I want complete core control. Why is this happening? Well, one, there's tightness somewhere in my adductors and hip flexors, okay? And they don't go anymore. The only way to compensate is to move my pelvis. Okay? So that is strength, flexibility, hip issue. And the other issue, of course, is if I have a lot of strength here and weakness on the other side. If I have weakness on that side is not capable of contracting. If that side is not capable of contracting, it can't counterbalance the contraction here. Okay? I'm demonstrating that on the other side as my pelvis opens up here from the ribs and closes here. If I have enough strength in all the muscles here on my left side, they're going to hold, and I'll be able to freely articulate my hip without moving my pelvis. So your student does that. What do? The first thing, of course, you do is you ask them to activate on both sides. Okay? You ask them to activate and see what happens. Now, what you can do is you could try to move that leg using your hand. Move the foot. If you can move the foot and nothing moves, that means that they have the flexibility, but they're lacking the strength. If that's the case, they have to work on their strength and possibly on their awareness. If you take their foot and you move it, and this happens, well then it's definitely a flexibility issue. Then they have to work on it. First of all, by moving and working on that awareness, but more importantly, by working throughout the whole routine. Remember, it's all related on the other exercises, and there'll be many more exercises that are going to develop that flexibility. So they might not get it on the first day, they might get it on the second, third day, they might get it a week or 2 weeks later. However, do not allow them to do it too long. If they get used to doing this, they'll do that all the time, and then that mistake is going to be a habit.